Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of buried treasures and forgotten fortunes. From Viking silver to Egyptian gold, history is filled with incredible stories of wealth hidden away, sometimes for thousands of years. Let's uncover 20 of the most fascinating ancient facts about buried gold and forgotten coins. First up, let's talk about Viking silver hoards. The Vikings weren't just raiders. They were also masters of accumulating wealth. They buried enormous hoards of silver jewelry, foreign coins, and ingots called hack silver. Why? It was partly a primitive banking system. Marrying your wealth was the safest way to protect it from other raiders or rivals when you were away on a voyage. But it wasn't just practical. Many scholars believe these hoards were also ritual offerings to their gods, a way to secure favor for a good harvest or a successful raid. Imagine stumbling upon a chest filled with gleaming silver from a long-lost Viking chieftain. Next, we have the Roman coin hoards. The Roman Empire was vast and often chaotic. During periods of invasion, civil war, or political turmoil, citizens would gather their life savings, usually in the form of gold and silver coins, and bury them for safekeeping. They'd place them in clay pots or leather bags and hide them in fields, under floorboards, or in walls, fully intending to come back for them once the danger passed. The sheer number of hoards discovered across Europe tells us that tragically, many never got the chance to reclaim their fortunes. Each unearthed pot of coins is a silent story of a family's hopes and fears from 2,000 years ago. Of course, no discussion of ancient wealth is complete without mentioning Egyptian tomb wealth. The ancient Egyptians had a profound belief in the afterlife. They believed you could take your worldly possessions with you. For pharaohs, this meant being buried with staggering amounts of gold, jewelry, ornate furniture, and priceless artifacts. These items weren't just for show. They were practical necessities for the soul's journey in the next world. The tombs in the Valley of the Kings were essentially eternal palaces, packed with everything a divine ruler would need. This brings us to one of England's greatest discoveries, the Staffordshire hoard. Unearthed in 2009 by a metal detectorist in a farmer's field, this is the largest hoard of Anglo-Saxon gold and silver metalwork ever found. It consists of over 3,500 items, almost all of them military-related. We're talking about intricately decorated sword hilts, helmet fragments, and other weapon fittings, all crafted with incredible skill. The treasure dates back to the 7th century, a violent period of warring kingdoms. The prevailing theory is that these were the spoils of war, stripped from the weapons of defeated enemies and buried, perhaps as a ritual offering after a great victory. Let's journey to ancient Troy with the treasure of Priam. In the 1870s, archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann claimed to have found the legendary city of Troy. There, he unearthed a spectacular cache of gold and silver artifacts, which he named the treasure of Priam after the famous king from Homer's Iliad. Collection includes thousands of items like golden diadems, rings, buttons, and even a solid gold sauceboat. While modern archaeology suggests the treasure is actually 1,000 years older than the Trojan War period, it remains an incredible window into the wealth of Bronze Age civilizations in Anatolia. Back to Roman Britain, we find the Hoxne hoard. Discovered in 1992 in Suffolk, England, this is the largest hoard of late Roman gold and silver ever found in Britain. A farmer lost a hammer in a field and asked a friend with a metal detector to help find it. Instead, they found a treasure trove. Packed neatly inside a wooden chest were thousands of gold and silver coins, plus around 200 items of silver tableware and gold jewelry. The hoard was buried around the year 410 AD, precisely when the Roman legions were withdrawing from Britain, leaving the province vulnerable to attack. It's a perfect snapshot of a wealthy family trying to protect their assets during a time of immense uncertainty. The ancient Celts also had a tradition of burying treasure, particularly coin hoards. Unlike the Romans who buried their money for safekeeping, Celtic hoards were often ritualistic. They frequently buried thousands of gold coins, known as staters, in sacred locations like springs, rivers, or groves. These were not savings accounts. They were votive offerings to their gods. The act of burying precious gold was a powerful religious statement, a gift to the earth and the deities who controlled their fate. Many of these hoards are found concentrated in one spot, suggesting they were returned to year after year for ceremonies. And now, for the most famous treasure of all, Tutankhamun's tomb. When Howard Carter opened the sealed tomb in 1922, the world was stunned. It was a time capsule of pharaonic wealth. While Tutankhamun was a relatively minor pharaoh, His tomb was packed with over 5,000 artifacts. There were golden chariots, jewel-encrusted thrones, statues, and of course, the iconic burial mask. Weighing over 10 kilograms of solid gold and inlaid with precious stones, it is perhaps the single most famous piece of ancient art in the world. Its discovery proved that the legends of Egypt's immense wealth were not exaggerated at all. Moving over to Bulgaria, we find the Panegyrished treasure. This stunning set of gold vessels dates back to the 4th century BC and belonged to the Thracians, a sophisticated people who lived in what is now Bulgaria. The treasure consists of 9 pure gold objects, including a fiali, a type of shallow bowl, and several rhytons, drinking vessels, all weighing over 6 kilograms. The craftsmanship is breathtaking, with intricate decorations depicting scenes from mythology. It's believed this set was used for important religious ceremonies, possibly by a local Thracian king or high priest. Let's go even further back in time to the Bronze Age with the Eberswalde hoard from Germany. Discovered in 1913, this is the largest prehistoric gold treasure ever found in Germany. It contains 81 gold items, including 8 intricately decorated gold bowls nested inside each other. The hoard is believed to be from the 9th century BC. Its purpose is debated. It could have been the wealth of a powerful chieftain, a trader's cache, or a religious offering. The style of the goldwork shows connections across Europe, highlighting extensive trade networks even in the Bronze Age. Have you ever wondered where coins came from? Look no further than the Lydian electrum coins. The Kingdom of Lydia, in modern-day Turkey, is credited with minting some of the world's first coins around the 7th century BC. These coins were made from electrum, a naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver. Archaeologists have found hoards of these early coins, often stamped with simple designs like a lion's head, which was the symbol of the Lydian kings. These hoards represent a revolutionary step in human history, the transition from bartering to a standardized monetary economy. Here's an unusual one: Roman glass hoards. While most hoards consist of gold and silver, archaeologists have occasionally found caches that include rare glass items. Sometimes these were exquisite glass vessels, but even more fascinating are the rare glass tokens or medallions that seem to have been used alongside metal coins. These glass pieces, often featuring portraits of emperors or mythological scenes, were difficult to produce and were likely considered valuable novelties. Finding them in a hoard suggests they held a special status, perhaps as commemorative items or special-purpose currency. Let's return to Viking England and the Curradale hoard, found in 1840 by workmen repairing a river embankment. This is one of the largest Viking silver hoards ever discovered. Buried in a lead chest around the year 905 AD, it contained a staggering 8,600 items. Mostly silver coins, but also jewelry and ingots from all over the Viking world. The coins came from Anglo-Saxon kingdoms, the Carolingian Empire, the Islamic world, and Scandinavia. It's like a financial cross-section of the 10th century world, likely the war chest of a Viking army that was defeated or forced to flee before they could retrieve it. The age of exploration brings us a different kind of hoard: Spanish treasure galleons. From the 16th to the 18th centuries, massive Spanish ships sailed from the New World back to Spain, laden with gold, silver, and emeralds from the mines of Peru and Mexico. But hurricanes, pirates, and warfare meant that many of these ships never made it home. Today, sunken galleons like the Nuestra Señora de Atocha, discovered in 1985, are time capsules of colonial wealth. The Atocha alone yielded over 40 tons of silver and gold, including thousands of silver coins, gold bars, and priceless emeralds. Back in the Bronze Age, we have the Kilmichael hoard from Ireland. This hoard showcases a different kind of wealth. Instead of coins, it contained over 200 bronze items, including axes, spearheads, tools, and ornaments. Dating back to around 800 BC, it represents the wealth of a community not in currency, but in valuable, functional metal. Bronze was the essential material of the age, and a hoard like this would have been an immense store of power and influence, perhaps belonging to a master smith or a powerful tribal leader. Venturing into Central Asia, we encounter the Saka gold hoards. The Saka were a nomadic Scythian people, renowned for their horsemanship and incredible metalworking skills. Their elite were buried in elaborate tombs known as kurgans. In 1969, archaeologists in Kazakhstan discovered the tomb of the Golden Man, a Saka noble buried around the 4th century BC. His clothing was adorned with over 4,000 individual gold ornaments depicting animals and mythical creatures. This and other Saka hoards reveal a unique and stunningly rich artistic tradition known as the Scythian animal style. During the Hellenistic period, after the conquests of Alexander the Great, the Greek world was flooded with wealth. Hellenistic gold hoards are found from Greece all the way to Afghanistan. People commonly buried their savings, which often consisted of gold coins bearing the portraits of Alexander or his successors. These coins were buried in simple clay jars for safekeeping during the constant wars between rival Hellenistic kingdoms. Each hoard tells a story of the individuals living through this turbulent but artistically rich period of history. One of the most incredible underwater discoveries is the Roman shipwreck of Antikythera. Found off the coast of a Greek island in 1900, this ship was carrying a luxury cargo from the 1st century BC. Along with bronze and marble statues, jewelry, and coins, it held a mysterious device. Known as the Antikythera mechanism, it's an incredibly complex astronomical calculator, often called the world's first analog computer. The treasure from this shipwreck shows not only the material wealth being transported across the Mediterranean, but also the astonishing intellectual and technological wealth of the ancient world. Let's look at a mysterious treasure from Romania, the treasure of Năgășeni Nicholas. Discovered in 1799, this hoard consists of 23 early medieval gold vessels. Their origin is a complete enigma. The style is a mix of influences, and inscriptions on some of the vessels are written in a runic script that has yet to be fully deciphered. Theories about who made them range from the Avars to the Bulgars or Magyars. This treasure is a beautiful puzzle, a testament to a lost culture whose identity remains shrouded in mystery. Finally, we have the Galloway hoard. Discovered in Scotland in 2014, this is one of the richest and most diverse collections of Viking Age objects ever found in Britain or Ireland. Buried around 900 AD, it contains over 100 items, including silver ingots and arm rings, a unique gold bird-shaped pin, and a silver-gilt lidded vessel from Central Asia. Inside this vessel was a treasure trove of preserved textiles, beads, and other delicate artifacts. The sheer variety and origin of the items, from Ireland to the Middle East, make the Galloway hoard a stunning testament to the far-reaching connections of the Viking world. And there you have it. 20 incredible stories of buried gold and forgotten coins. Each one is a window into the past, reminding us of the turmoil, beliefs, and artistry of ancient civilizations. What an adventure! Thanks for joining us on this treasure hunt through history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration. See you next time!